Now we discuss about the vestigial sideband generation. So this is the simple block diagram of VSB generation signal. So this is product modulator, VSB filter, linear amplifier. Here we are giving message signal which is low frequency signal. This is carrier signal. To generate the VSB signal, first we have to generate the double sideband signal. Then we have to generate the VSB signal. So here we are giving the message signal which is low frequency signal, which is represented by X of t. This is message signal, low frequency signal. Then here we are giving carrier signal which is represented by C of t. This is carrier signal. So the product modulator output is represented by Y of t. The product modulator will multiply the two signals X of t and C of t. So product modulator will multiply the message signal and the carrier signal. So the output of product modulator is nothing but the double sideband signal. Okay, the output of the product modulator is nothing but the double sideband signal. Then it is passes to the VSB filter. So the frequency response of VSB filter is represented by H of f. So the output of VSB filter is Y dash of t. Y dash of t consists of the frequency response of this VSB filter H of f into Y of t, double sideband signal. So the output of VSB filter is nothing but the Y dash of t, which consists of H of f into double sideband signal. Let us see the simple derivation. Output of product modulator is Y of t is equal to X of t into C of t, isn't it? Product modulator will multiply the two incoming signals, message signal X of t and carrier signal C of t. So the output of product modulator becomes Y of t is equal to X of t into C of t. So the carrier signal C of t is nothing but AC into cos omega CT. Now I write the output of product modulator in terms of frequency. It is nothing but Y of f is equal to AC by 2 into X of FC minus F naught plus X of FC plus F naught. So this is the double sideband. Okay, FC minus F naught represents the lower sideband. So this FC minus F naught represents the lower sideband frequency component. FC plus F naught represents the upper sideband frequency component. So the output of product modulator consists of two frequency components, upper sideband frequency component and lower sideband frequency component. Output of VSB filter is Y dash of f. I am writing in terms of frequency. I am writing the output of VSB filter in terms of frequency. Y dash of f is equal to Y of f into H of f. So we know the value of Y of f. So simply I am substituting Y of f is AC by 2 into X of FC minus F naught plus X of FC plus F naught into H of f. So this is the output of VSB filter. Now I draw the frequency response, then you can easily understand how the VSB signal is generated. Here I am taking frequency I'm going to draw the frequency response of modulating signal. So let us say the bandwidth Fm, this is Fm, this is minus Fm as the bandwidth, or simply we can represent instead of Fm we can write B. It's nothing but a bandwidth of message signal. So this is the frequency response of message signal. So bandwidth is represented by Fm or B. So this is the frequency response of message signal. Now I'll draw the frequency response of double sideband signal. First I'll draw the frequency response of double sideband signal. So this is the frequency response of double sideband, upper sideband, lower sideband signal. Then so here this is the carrier frequency, this is Fc plus Fm, this is Fc minus Fm, here it is minus Fc, minus of Fc minus Fm, and here minus of Fc plus Fm. So this is the frequency response of double sideband signal. This is upper sideband signal, and here one portion of the, so this is nothing but the vestigial, this portion is vestigial sideband, this is vestigial sideband. So this frequency is represented as, this frequency is Fc minus Fe. Fe is vestigial frequency. So this one portion, this is the unwanted portion, okay. So in one of the sideband, one portion is removed like this. So this is vestigial sideband. So in this way vestigial sideband is generated. So the frequency for this vestigial sideband is represented by Fc minus Fv. And here it is generated like this. So to generate VSB signal, first we have to generate double sideband signal, then it passes to the VSB filter. So this filter passes the wanted signal, that is VSB signal as it is, along with the unwanted sideband. So in this way VSB signal is generated. See, once again I am telling the block diagram details. Though for generating the VSB signal we have product modulator, VSB filter, linear amplifier. What are the inputs for product modulator? Message signal and carrier signal. Message signal is nothing but the low frequency signal which is represented by x of t. carrier signal is represented by C of t, which is nothing but AC cos omega CT. So the product modulator will multiply the message signal and carrier signal. So the output of product modulator is Y of t, represented by Y of t. It is nothing but the double sideband signal. So the output of product modulator Y of t is X of t into C of t. So in frequency representation, in frequency response form, the output of product modulator equation is Y of f is equal to AC by 2 X of Fc minus F naught plus X of Fc plus F naught. So we know that already we are familiar in the double sideband suppressed carrier amplitude modulation. So Fc minus F naught represents the lower sideband frequency component. Fc plus F naught represents the upper sideband frequency component. So the output of product modulator consists of two frequency components. So this shows that it is clearly it is a double sideband signal. So then this double sideband signal passes to the VSB filter. H of f is the frequency response of VSB filter. So the output of VSB filter is represented by Y dash of f. So if we are writing in frequency form, Y dash of f becomes Y of f into H of f. Okay. So the VSB filter output is Y dash of f is equal to Y of f into H of f. So if the signal is weak, then it is passes to the linear power amplifier, then it is amplified and it is given to the antenna. Then this is the frequency spectrum or frequency response of VSB signal. Okay. Then first this is the message signal frequency response. Here it is 0. This is bandwidth of message signal B or FM. So this is bandwidth, and this is the double sideband frequency response. Okay, this is upper sideband, this is lower sideband. Upper sideband carrier frequency FC, FC plus FM, FC minus FM. So here the VSB signal is generated like this. So this portion is vestigial sideband portion, and the frequency for this one is FC minus FE. Then this is lower sideband. So this is vestigial sideband. This portion is minus FC, minus of FC minus FM, minus of FC plus FM. So this is the vestigial sideband portion. Then I am going to calculate the bandwidth for vestigial sideband. It is nothing but FC plus FM minus FC minus FV, vestigial sideband. We know that bandwidth is nothing but the difference between the two frequencies, difference between the higher frequency and lower frequency. So the equation becomes FC plus FM minus FC plus FV. Plus FC and minus FC get cancelled, though bandwidth becomes, so this is the bandwidth of vestigial sideband signal FM plus FV. So it is nothing but the bandwidth is slightly increased. So FM is nothing but the bandwidth for the message signal. FE represents the vestigial sideband frequency. So the bandwidth is slightly increased. Then we see the advantages of VSB. It possesses good phase characteristics and make the transmission of low frequency component possible. Then due to elements of transmitting a part of lower sideband the constraint of filter is relaxed. relaxed. So VSB signal possess a good phase characteristics and make the transmission of low frequency component possible. Due to the allowing of transmitting a part of the lower sideband signal, the constraint of filter is relaxed. So this is the these are the some of the advantages of vestigial sideband signal. Then we see the some of the applications of VSB generation, VSB signal, VSB amplitude modulation. It is used in TV transmission, used in both audio as well as video transmission. So bandwidth of video is 4.2 megahertz. 4.2 megahertz. Then if you are using double sideband full carrier, the bandwidth around 9 megahertz, and for VSB signal, VSB amplitude modulation, we are using the bandwidth is around 6 megahertz. So these are the some of the applications of VSB amplitude modulation. Subscribe this channel for more videos.